नमयों विष्णुपादाय श्रीगौरप्रियमूर्तये श्रीमते भक्तिवल्लभतीर्थगोस्वामिनामिने कृपया क्षमतामपराधिजनं खलुषायुतशक्तसुदीननरं सुपथे परिचालय सर्वदिनं प्रणमामि च माधव देवपदम् वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। नमो महावदान्याय कृष्णप्रेमप्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्णचैतन्यनाम्ने गौरत्विषे नमः। तप्तकाञ्चन गौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरि वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। हे कृष्ण करुणा सिन्धु दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिकान्त राधाकान्त नमोऽस्तुते। श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। ग्रंथेरारंभे करिमंगलाचरण गुरु वैष्णव भगवान तीनेरस्मरणे होय विघ्न विनाशन अनायासे होय निज वांछित पूरण। So today is appearance day of Sri Adi Shankaracharya and also disappearance of one of the dearmost disciples of Srila Prabhupada. His name is Srila Bhakti Vilas Gabhastinemi Maharaj. So we will hear about Sripad Shankaracharya first. Shankaracharya is Adi Shankaracharya. We are talking about Adi Shankaracharya because even now those who are the leaders of the Shankara Sampradaya, they are also called as Shankaracharyas. But Adi Shankaracharya is the one from whom this Advaita Siddhanta, the theory of non-dualism has come into existence. He has proposed the theory of non-dualism, means the living entity and the Lord, there is no difference. That is the theory postulated by Shankaracharya. So it is called Advaita Siddhanta. Dvaita means dual, double. Advaita means not dual. So he has proposed this Advaita Siddhanta, means the theory of non-dualism. He says that there is no difference between the living entity and Supreme Parabrahman. He does not believe as such in, or he does believe in, but it appears as if he does not believe in the form of Supreme Lord Sri Krishna. Because if he doesn't believe in the form of Supreme Lord, then he would not have said that the name of Govinda is eternal. The Advaitavadis, those who are followers of Advaita Siddhanta, non-dual philosophy, they say there is no form, there are no qualities, there are no attributes, and there is no name to Supreme. It is Brahman. Brahma Satya Jagat Mithya. Brahman is the eternal truth and everything else is mithya, false. The Vaishnava philosophy does not say that the world is false. The Vaishnava philosophy says the world is temporary. It's not false. That is the difference between Shankara Siddhanta or the theory of Shankaracharya and the philosophy of Vaishnavas. That is the difference. Brahma Satya, even the Vaishnavas accept this. Brahma Satya, Brahma is eternal. But the Vaishnavas believe in Parabrahma, from whom Brahman itself is existing. Brahmano hi pratishta aham. The Lord is telling in Bhagavad Gita. Brahmano hi pratishta. I am the cause of that Brahman. The formless Brahman. I am the cause of that. So, Guru Maharaj often he used to say, nothing cannot be cause of something. Something is the cause of something. If the cause has no form, then the effect will also not have form. Meaning, if our mother and father has no form, we will also have no form. We are having form and we say that our mother and father, they are formless. It is an irrational talk. Darwin's philosophy is irrational. That, the form is something and the outcome is something. It cannot be so. So, the Vaishnavas, they also believe in this Siddhanta of Brahman is eternal truth. Yes, it is eternal truth. But the Brahman is realized, the Supreme is realized in three forms. Brahman is one aspect of the Absolute. Brahma, Paramatma, Bhagavan. So, Brahman is one aspect. Means that is the all-pervading aspect of Supreme Lord. That is Brahman. And Paramatma is a localized aspect. Means he is present as Paramatma, as Super Soul. That's a localized aspect. And third is Bhagavan. Bhagavan is the personal aspect of Supreme Lord, where there are qualities, pastimes, associates, and holy abode. Therefore, the difference is the Shankaravadis, those who are followers of Shankara Siddhanta, the theory of non-dualism, they say that Brahman is the only truth and the world is false. Vaishnavas say Brahman is truth, world is non-eternal, temporary. This is the difference. Mithya here means not false, Mithya here means temporary. So, why I said this is, if Shankaracharya had believed that the Lord has no form, then he would not have said this verse, Bhaja Govindam, Govindam Bhaja Mudhamate. Mudhamate means you rascal mind, you foolish mind. Govindam Bhaja, you chant the name of Govinda. If Govinda's form were temporary, if Govinda's form were Mike, and if the name of Govinda were Mike, then he would not have told this. This is Shankaracharya's own prayers, in which he is telling that Govindam Bhaja Mudhamate. O foolish mind, chant the name of Govinda. Why? Samprapte sannihite kale nahi rakshati dukrin karane. At the time of death, sannihite kale, when the time is approaching, death is coming, nahi rakshati dukrin karane. Your learning is not going to help you. You may be very expert, scholarly in the scriptures. You are very good at debate and argument with scriptural knowledge. But nahi rakshati, not going to save you, it is not going to save you. Raksha means to save, to protect. Nahi means no, it's not going to protect you, it's not going to protect you. Therefore, my dear foolish mind, you chant the name of Govinda. That is the only savior. And that Shankaracharya, he has also written Narsingha Karavalamba Stotram. Narsingadeva's Karavalamba means please rescue me. Kara avalambana. Kara means hands. Avalambana means to, protect or to give the shelter or support. Avalambana means support. Kara avalambana. Please give me support of your hands. Whom is he praying? Narsingadev. Narsinga Karavalamba Stotra. So, if he did not believe in the eternal form of Nrsingadev, he would not have written that. So, he has the purpose of Shankaracharya establishing the non-dual principle is in order to attract atheists towards Vedic knowledge. Before Shankaracharya appeared, Buddha Deva had come. Of course, Buddha Deva is an incarnation of Supreme Lord only. Supreme Lord himself has come in the form of Buddha. And what did he do? Ahimso paramo dharma. He said, you don't have to go through the Vedas. Stop reading Vedas, going through the Vedas. Because Vedas are misinterpreted by those unscrupulous persons who had desires to fulfill their tongue and belly. So they were doing sacrifice of the animals not in order to deliver them to higher planets. In Vedas the procedure is there. When a cow or any animal grows old, when the animal is in intense suffering, at that time that animal is sacrificed so that that animal will get a superior birth in the next. So that was the purpose of doing it. But now the unscrupulous persons and those with a polluted mind, they started doing this sacrifice for fulfilling the desire of the tongue, for eating beef and other, So Lord saw that my Vedas are being misinterpreted. Therefore, the first thing is that I shall somehow stop everyone from following the Vedas. So, Lord Buddha, he came and he told, Ahimso paramo dharma. There is no dharma superior to ahimsa, non-violence. Non-violence is the supreme dharma. Don't have to follow any other dharma. And therefore, he has given some tenets, and you have to follow these tenets, the different rules, different, principles. You just follow these principles, and this is what is Buddha's only contribution. Now, the entire Vedic culture has been washed out by Buddha Deva. That was done with a purpose. Lord himself has done it, but now he has to establish it again. Therefore, Lord sent his own, servant, Shankara, Shiva. Shankara Sakshat. Means Shankara, Lord Shankara himself became Shankaracharya. Lord Shankara means Shiva himself is Shankaracharya. So Shiva has come in the form of Shankaracharya, and now in this, his duty is to establish Vedic Dharma and drive away Buddha Dharma from the Vedic land. India is a Vedic land. So from India and also from the entire world, the Buddha's, principles need to be completely finished, because that is atheism. Buddhism is a sort of atheism, because those who don't follow Vedas, they are called atheists. Therefore, Shankaracharya came and he had established the principle of non-dualism. He said that what are you thinking? You just go through the Vedas. Vedas are telling that you are that Brahma. It was actually Lord himself sent him and told that you have to establish this Advaita Siddhanta. Advaita Siddhanta means the theory of non-dualism. So, he has established and then he has preached all over, and then he had traveled all through India, extreme north to extreme south, extreme east to extreme west. He traveled all the corners, and then he had expelled Buddhism out of the country, and he had established the Vedic culture again back in India. So this is the contribution of Shankaracharya. And he himself, Shankaracharya himself, has followed Govinda. And Shankaracharya's father, he was worshipping Lord Krishna. He had a Krishna's deity. He used to worship Krishna deity. And Shankaracharya's mother, when she was about to leave the planet, about to leave her body, at that time Shankaracharya had given divine vision to his mother, and in that divine vision he made her see the pastimes of Krishna in Vrindavan. Shankaracharya himself had personally, this was the desire of his mother, that I want to see the pastimes of Krishna in Vrindavan. And Shankaracharya gave her a divine vision, and through that divine vision she could see the pastimes of Krishna. If that Vrindavan were temporary, Mayik, Krishna were Mayik, then he would have told his mother, why are you after Maya? You should worship Brahman. But he said he had fulfilled the desire of the mother, and he himself relished by witnessing those pastimes of Krishna in Vrindavan. So the thing is, Shankaracharya is an ardent devotee of Lord Sri Krishna. Even though he has externally, he is a proponent of Advaita Siddhanta, but he is an ardent follower of Supreme Lord Sri Krishna. And he has also written so many other things. Saundarya Lahari he has written. He has written Kanaka Lakshmi Devi's prayers. I am not remembering the name of that. Prayers to Lakshmi Devi. So, if he does not believe in the form of God, why would he compose all these things? He has composed all these prayers because he believes in the eternal form of Supreme Lord Sri Krishna, but he saw that currently my duty is to establish the Vedic culture. Therefore, the best way to attract everyone is to say that you are Brahman. Now, when someone says that you are Das, you are a servant, I say, oh, okay, Buddhism is better. But in order to give that attraction, no, you are Brahman, you are not able to understand, go through the Vedas, you can become Brahman, one with Brahman. You are not able to realize your power. And in that way, he had attracted everyone towards the Vedas. And it is after Shankaracharya, various Vaishnava Acharyas, they have come, and then they started telling, you are the servant of Supreme Lord, you are not Brahman. That was the foundation. Shankaracharya had given the foundation. Otherwise, nobody is following, Vedic culture. So, for the Vaishnavas to come and establish that you are eternally different from Supreme Lord and you are his servant, some basic Vedic foundation is required. That was given by Shankaracharya. So, Shankaracharya's contribution is not an ordinary contribution, particularly in the Indian theistic evolution. If you see the theistic evolution, particularly in this Kali Yuga, it's not an evolution, basically it's Sanatan Dharma. But according to history, it has evolved because with time there was a degradation in Dharma. Though it is Sanatan eternal, there was some degradation, just like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Just 500 years ago he came. He had given Prema Dharma to everyone. But how many times it had been lost. Bhaktivinoda Thakur had to be sent in order to re-establish the tenets of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Therefore, this particular Kali Yuga or time is basically is slowly degrading everything. It is polluting everything. So time to time, such great Vaishnava acharyas, such what do you call revolutionists in in religion, they are required to take birth. So today is Shankaracharya's appearance day. We will read briefly about Shankaracharya's life history that is written by Srila Prabhupada Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur in Chaitanya Charitamrita, when Mahaprabhu has visited some Shankaracharya disciples. At that time there was a discussion, and it is at that time Shankaracharya's life history has been narrated by Prabhupada in his purport. Shankaracharya has taken birth in Kerala, which is in south of India. A place name is called Kaladi. Kaladi is the place in Kerala where Shankaracharya had appeared. He appeared in 608 AD on the 5th day of the bright fortnight in the month of Vaishakha. Means 2 days after Akshaya Tritiya. Tritiya is the 3rd day and Panchami is the 5th day. So on the 5th day of the Vaishakha bright fortnight, he has appeared. His father's name is Shivaguru. Shivaguru was a worshipper of Krishna. And at his very early age, his father left the planet. And he was with his widowed mother. And his mother, her name, she used to take bath in Purna Nadi. There is a Purna river. So she used to take bath in Purna river every day. Near Kaladi there is a Purna river. So one time when his mother was sick, she was not able to go to the river to take bath. At that time, Shankaracharya, he was a small kid at that time, by his mystic power and by his divine power, he had brought Purna Nadi or Purna river to the doorsteps of his house. Mother did not have to go to Purna, but Purna had come at the doorsteps, and then she took bath. Her daily routine of taking bath in Purna was fulfilled. Now when he became 8 years old, he became expert in all the scriptures. Vedic scriptures he became very expert. Thoroughly he has gone through. And it is at the age of 8, he requested his mother for sannyas. But mother did not allow. She's a widow. She wanted, someone to stay. So one day, along with his mother, he went into Purna river. In the Purna river, he is going inside the water and mother is taking bath on the bank. Now suddenly, Shankaracharya is crying from inside the water, please save me, crocodile has caught hold of me, please save me. And mother becomes very worried. What can I do? What should I do? She is trying to seek help from everyone. Then Shankaracharya says, mother, please allow me to take sannyas. Then crocodile will go away. Crocodile will let me live. Otherwise, he will eat me. For a mother, child alive is better than dead, right? Whether he is a sannyasi, whether he is an ashram, staying at house is a different matter. But he should be living. She said, okay, you take sannyas. As soon as she said, the crocodile left him. It is actually said that it is a crocodile that was created by Shankaracharya himself. And as soon as mother said, then the crocodile left. There is another saying that this world is a crocodile, like a crocodile. All material attachments are like crocodile. They are always gulping us. Like a crocodile is gulping. The entire material world is gulping us. So in order to be saved from the crocodile of this material world, one should free oneself from all the material bondages. Take sannyas is another meaning. So anyway, mother told take sannyas. So taking mother's blessings, he became sannyasi at 8 years of age. And he, went to his guru on the banks of Narmada river. And his name is Govinda Bhagavat Pad. In short, Govinda. He took sannyas. He stayed there with him for some time, and then he learned various instructions from his guru. And then upon receiving his guru's order, he went to Varanasi, that is Benares. And then from there, he went to Badrikashram. He went to Badrikashram, and at the age of 12, in Badrikashram, he has written commentaries to Vedantas. Just when he was 12, we would be learning, how to make sentences. At the age of 12, how to write paragraphs. That's what we would be learning at the age of 12. Now, this person has written commentaries on Vedanta Sutra, and he named it as Shankara. It's named as Shankara Bhashya or Sharirika Bhashya. So he has written, and after that, he has also given commentaries to 10 Upanishads, to Bhagavad Gita, to Sanat. No power. Sanat Sujatiya, he has also given commentary to Sanat Sujatiya and Nrisingatapani Upanishad. He has also given commentary to Nrisingatapani. So he has given commentaries at such a young age to all these scriptures. He had 4 principal disciples: Padmanabh, Sureshwar, Hastamalaka and Trotaka. These are the 4 principal sannyasi disciples of Shankaracharya. When Shankaracharya went to Prayag through Varanasi, at that time he met one person called Kumaril Bhatta. Kumaril Bhatta, he was a proponent of Karmakanda aspect of the Vedas. He used to propagate about the Karmakanda Siddhanta. Karmakanda means that you should perform your duties, social duties, material duties, family duties, to elevate yourself to the higher planets. So when he met Kumaril Bhatta for argument, because now Shankaracharya is on a tour where he would refute all the philosophies other than Advaitavada. He would establish Advaita, the non-dualistic philosophy in entire country. Therefore, he wanted to have a debate with Kumaril Bhatta. But Kumaril Bhatta was almost on his deathbed. He told, I have a disciple. His name is Mandan Mishra. You go to him. He is in Mahishmati. Go to him. And then you defeat him. So, he went to Mahishmati to meet Mandan Mishra, who was a principal disciple of Kumaril Bhatta and a very, very strong proponent of karma. Karma Siddhanta. He follows Karma Siddhanta. Do karma, do your karma. This is what he would say. And he does not have liking to the sannyasis, because sannyasis have given up the karma. This is the opposite. He doesn't like the sannyasis. And into his house, Shankaracharya went and he told that I want to have a debate with you. And then he is a very, very learned person. He is a grihastha. He is a very, very scholarly person, very learned. He said, yes, I will have a debate with you. Now, when 2 persons are arguing, there should be a judge, a mediator, who will decide who has won, who has lost. Otherwise, it will go on. Or somebody will kill some other. But anyway, it used to be not that way in those days. These days it is so, but in those days it's not so. There should be a judge. So who will be the judge? It is actually Ubhay Bharati or Saraswati Devi herself became the judge of this debate between the two. And that Ubhay Bharati is none other than the wife of Mandana Mishra. Means Mandana Mishra's wife became the judge for these two persons' argument. Now, Mandana Mishra has proposed something and Shankaracharya refuted. And it went on for a long time. And Mandana Mishra is slowly on the platform of defeat. He is losing. When he is losing the debate, Ubhay Bharati, who is the mediator or the judge, she is also wife of Mandana Mishra. So, definitely wife will have inclination towards the husband. So, immediately, she said that you also have to defeat me in the argument. Only then you would have defeated my husband completely. 50% you defeated. I am his 50%. Wife is 50% of husband. So you have defeated 50%, you have to defeat me also, Saraswati herself. Then yes, mother, I am ready to, have debate with you. What Ubhay did was, she inquired from him about Kama Shastra, about the mingling of man and women. So, Shankaracharya is a brahmachari right from his birth. He has no knowledge of this subject. He has gone through so many scriptures, but he has no knowledge about this particular phase of the scriptures. So, but he did not accept defeat. He said, I need 1 month's time. She said, go ahead, you can take your time. Because sannyasi, if he associates with a woman to know what is Kama Shastra, then he is no more a sannyasi, he is already defeated. But without associating with a woman or a womanizer, he cannot have any knowledge about Kama Shastra. That was the trick. But Shankaracharya, what he did, he has got a skill. That skill is that he can enter into another's body. That is called Parakaya Pravesh. Para means another, Kaya means body, Pravesh means entrance. He can enter into another's body. So, he told his disciple Padmanabha, I am leaving my body, I am leaving my sannyasi body. You drink water. I need to give her a break also. I'm just going on speaking. So, he told Padmanabha, his disciple, that I am leaving my body. You have to take care of this body. I am entering into the body of a king. A king, a newly dead king. He just left the body. Because a person living, he cannot go inside. Only one Atma in one body. So, he did not enter into he saw where is a dead person and he saw a king. King is the enjoyer. There is no enjoyer superior to a king. And he got an opportunity to enter into the king's body. He entered into the king's body. And then he went to the kingdom and then he learned everything about Kama Shastra from various queens, because the king is married to several queens. He learned everything about Kama Shastra. But remember, his body has not come in contact. His sannyas body has not come in contact with any woman. He has left the sannyas body there. And now, after learning Kama Shastra within 1 month, he returned back to his original body. And the Raja, the king, immediately dead. He was already dead actually. So, in the dead body, before it is burnt or cremated, he has to enter. All the conditions are there. It's not an easy thing. After it is burnt, he cannot go. After it is cremated, he cannot enter into the body. A very, very fresh body he has to enter into. He is entered, freshly dead, not fresh, freshly dead. Two contradictory words, no? Freshly dead. The moment the body is dead, it is. Anyway, so if the purport is understood, if the meaning is conveyed, it is good. So, no, all languages they have this, not only English. So it enters in. He enters, comes back into his own body, and now he goes to Ubhay Bharati, and then he says that I am ready to answer all your questions. And Ubhay Bharati understands that he is not an ordinary man. This guy is not an ordinary person. She says that, okay, you tell me what I should do. Then he says that you have to you should sit in my Sringeri Mutt. In South India, he has established Sringeri Mutt. You should sit there, you will be the presiding deity there, and you should not move from there. Saraswati Devi stayed in Sringeri Mutt because she lost debate. She accepted defeat. And her husband, Mandan Mishra, he became a sannyasi and his name became Sureshwar. Sureshwar is a sannyasi, was a husband of Ubhay Bharati, but he became a sannyasi now. And now both of them are serving Shankaracharya. In this manner, he had refuted various philosophies that were existing in India, and then he had established 4 mutts: south, east, north, west. In south, Sringeri Mutt. In east, in Jagannath Puri Dham, he has established Govardhan Mutt. In Badrik Ashram in north, he has established, what mutt is it? He has established in Badrik Ashram Jyotir Mutt. And in, in the west, that is in Dwarka, he has established Sarda Mutt. These are the 4 mutts he has established, and he made these 4 sannyasis as, acharyas of these 4 institutes, and then the preaching went on. It is at the age of 33 he had, disappeared from this material world, and he has spread the Advaita Siddhanta all over with, great victory. He swept the entire country with his philosophy. Today is also the disappearance of Srila Bhaktivilas Gabhastinemi Maharaj. We have very, very brief time. I'm already, speaking over time. But just a brief, one particular, incident of Srila Gabhastinemi Maharaj that I would want to make a mention here. Gabhastinemi Maharaj, disciple of Prabhupada, sannyasi of Prabhupada. He was married at a very early age, young age. In those days, child marriage was very prevalent in India. So he was married when he was a child, but he never properly entered into marital life. He stayed in an ashram. So he had no children also. So Prabhupada initiated him and his wife, both were initiated, and later he was given sannyas also. And then he was taken to different parts of the country, and then he was preaching. Now one particular incident that Param Pujyapad Sant Goswami Maharaj used to say, how he was very, very brave in executing the services of Srila Prabhupada. He was completely fearless. One time Prabhupada told that I want 500 rupees for a particular service. You go and collect. Gabhastinemi Maharaj immediately accepted the challenge. Those days 500 means 100 years down from now, means behind. 100 years, before, 1 century almost. 500 rupees is like easily, I think 25,000-30,000 easily the current, or maybe more, I don't know. So, and then he set forth for Calcutta, and then he went to a Marwadi. Marwadi means Rajasthani businessman. The businessman in Rajasthan. They are, they are very good for not shelling out money. And some Marwadis are very good. They give a lot of money also. They have faith in the Lord, but they don't give so easily. So he went directly to the Marwadi's house, the businessman's house, and there was a gatekeeper. Gatekeeper would not allow Maharaj, and along with Maharaj, Sant Goswami Maharaj also went. Sant Goswami Maharaj was a brahmachari, he was small. He came to Mutt when he was, I think, 11 years old or 7 years old. He was a very, very small boy when he came to the Mutt. Radharaman Prabhu. So he accompanied Gabhastinemi Maharaj, and seeing both of them, the gatekeeper did not allow inside. Next day, Gabhastinemi Maharaj hired a vehicle. He hired a vehicle, and in the vehicle he went. And the gatekeeper immediately opened the doors. Because they are not beggars. Beggars don't come in vehicles, isn't it? So he opened the door, and then he went inside. And then he went inside means without permission he went inside. No prior notice, no permission, he directly entered. And the women in that particular house, they all came together and started crying, yelling, "What is this? Who are you? Suddenly you are coming into our house without any information, without any permission. Who are you?" And then they went inside quarters and they sent their husbands and other men, "Go, those persons, two persons have come, one small boy and one, saffron cloth person, go." They came and they started yelling, the men. They started yelling, "What are you doing? Why did you come?" And this, that. Said, "Give me 2 minutes. I just want to talk to you for 2 minutes. Okay, you tell." Within 2 minutes, he spoke Harikatha. 2 minutes he spoke Harikatha, and then they were sitting very, attentive ears. With very attentive ears, they were sitting and listening Harikatha. And then he prolonged it for some more time, seeing their rapt attention. And slowly everyone joined. They started sitting in front of him to listen Harikatha. They heard Harikatha from him, and then all of them, they fell at the feet of Maharaj, and then he told, "Please excuse us. We shouted at you. We have committed so many offenses to your feet. Please excuse us. We didn't know your personality. Please forgive us." And saying that, he has given 501 rupees. He didn't ask for any money, but by himself he gave 501 rupees, and then he said that, "Please come again to our house." And then he gave that 500 rupees, 1 rupee probably for the rent. 1 rupee, you can easily get the rent of a car in those days. So, and then 500 rupees he gave it in the hands of Prabhupada. Prabhupada became very pleased. And later this businessman, he became a disciple of Prabhupada. So this is how he served Prabhupada. Srila Sant Goswami Maharaj, in one of his Harikathas, he told about Gabhastinemi Maharaj's fearlessness and contribution in the service of Srila Prabhupada. So today is also his disappearance day. So we pray to the lotus feet of most revered Srila Gabhastinemi Maharaj, that may he forgive us from all the offenses that we might have committed at his feet, knowingly or unknowingly, and give us the shelter of his lotus feet, and bestow us the service of his dearmost object of worship. His non-different form, our most revered Srila Gurudev, I pray to his lotus feet that may he forgive me for all those offenses that I have committed knowingly or unknowingly, and then bestow his feet's service birth after birth. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindubhya evacha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namah. Shri Shri Guru Gauranga Gandharvika Giridhari Shri Shri Radha Madan Mohan पंचतत्वात्मक श्री गौर हरि की जय। परमाराधितम पतित पावन स्तोत्र सत श्री श्रीमद् भक्ति वल्लभ तीर्थ गोस्वामी श्री गुरु महाराज की जय। नित्य लीला प्रविष्ट ओम विष्णुपाद स्तोत्र सत श्री श्रीमद भक्ति दयित माधव गोस्वामी महाराज की जय। जगत गुरु श्रील भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती गोस्वामी ठाकुर प्रभुपाद की जय। श्री श्री रूपानुग गुरु वर्ग की जय। श्री रूप सनातन भट्ट रघुनाथ श्री जीव गोपाल भट्ट दास रघुनाथ षड गोस्वामी प्रभु की जय। श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि श्री गौर भक्त वृंद की जय। सर्व विघ्न विनाशनकारी भक्तवत्सल भगवान श्री सिंह देव की जय। भक्त प्रवर श्री प्रहलाद महाराज की जय। अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय। जय श्रीपाद शंकराचार्य की जय। जय तदीय शुभ आविर्भाव तिथि पूजा की जय। जय नित्य लीला प्रविष्ट होम विष्णुपाद स्तोत्र सत श्री श्रीमद भक्ति विलास गभस्तिनेमि महाराज की जय। तदीय शुभ तिरोभाव तिथि पूजा की जय। समागत हरि कथा श्रवणकारी भक्त वृंद की जय। जय नित्य लीला प्रविष्ट होम विष्णुपाद स्तोत्र सत श्री श्रीमद भक्ति विज्ञान भारती महाराज की जय। श्री हरिनाम संकीर्तन की जय। गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि बोल।